Indians and Royal Challengers Bangalore. Some brilliant bowling right in the end by Harshal Patel. It was amazing. And 159 for 8. What do you think, Salil? How did that go?
I think it's gone brilliantly for RCB. Initially, after the wicket of Rohit Sharma, they would have felt that they were taking the match away from them. But towards the end, Harshal Patel bowled brilliantly along with Jamieson, and I think 159 is a great total to chase for RCB.
So the Rohit Sharma run out, how big of an impact did that have on that performance by the Mumbai Indians?
Well, I think it would have been a little bit of an impact if Lin and Surya Kumar would have also got bundled out. But yeah, it was a big blow. But Lin got up and stepped up his game. So I think although that had a big impact, but the number two and number three were able to take care of the innings.
So talking about Chris Lynn, a bit of unusual thing for him. Sat out the previous IPL and got a chance here today. So much pressure on his shoulders, and
Yeah.
delivering the goods when it was the time to perform.
Absolutely, absolutely, and also you won't be in the best frame of mind if you run out your captain. Chris Lynn actually started whacking the RCB bowlers, and that's how they managed with their power play with 41 runs for just one wicket, and with a great partnership with Surya Kumar for 70 runs. I think Lynn's contribution of 49 with three sixes and four fours really set Mumbai up for a really big score. I mean, the experts on the telly were actually talking about scores upwards of 200, considering their middle order. So
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. And Yuzvendra Chahal with no wicket, that's a bit of a surprise to see against Mumbai Indians.
yeah,
No wicket for him.
like we said in the pre-match show, I think they did the right thing by navigating Chahal totally out of the game. He bowled some bad balls also, which Chris Lynn dispatched, and they scored a lot of runs. So basically, he ended up with no wickets for 41 runs in his quota of 4 overs. So that was a little bit of a shocker for Captain Kohli, I would feel.
Chahal being one of the key bowlers in the team, the bowlers bowl around him as the game goes on. No wicket for him would be a big setback for him personally and for the team. But not to mention Mohammad Siraj and Harshal Patel, the two Indian bowlers stepping up when it was actually needed. Kyle Jamieson on debut. You didn't expect that, did you?
Not at all. I was thinking about some nerves because Jameson bowls on different pitches. I thought he'll be bowl short. He'll spray the ball around, but that was not the case. He bowled really well. I mean, initially it was Siraj and Jameson who put the brakes on their batting in the first 4 overs. And even after the
Yes.
first strategic timeout, Kohli got Jameson where he got the wicket of Surya Kumar. They were extremely economical. Jameson ended up with just one wicket for 27, while Siraj ended up with none for 22 in his quota of 4 overs, and that's a very good economy for against a batting lineup like Mumbai.
Yeah, Mumbai bat really deep, and for a moment when they dropped those catches, it seemed that Ishan Kishan would whack them out yet again. Like in the last IPL, he was the maximum sixes by Ishan
Yeah,
Kishan in the 2020 version of the IPL, and three catches were dropped, if I'm not wrong. And I thought it would have a big impact on them, but
yeah.
everything turned out to be just fine because of Harshal Patel and those lovely reverse swinging Yorkers in the end.
Oh, absolutely. I think the player of this first inning would be Harshal Patel. He went for a few runs up front. It looked like they're going to go for a lot of runs, but then he's come and he's bowled such brilliant bowling towards the death. The ball was reverse swinging and he almost missed his hat trick. He's given up just one run in the last over and picking up three wickets. It's just fantastic for an Indian player to keep up and up the ante in such a way.
So, how much pressure do you think that man was in the end? Bowling the last over against Mumbai Indians with Pollard, with Krunal Pandya. So much pressure on his shoulders. He just packed the goods just when they needed it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Harshal Patel, you have to give that guy something. Somebody would have spoken to him coolly about maintaining his nerve in spite of being in spite of being expensive early on. I think he stuck to his plan. What he was bowling is good in swinging Yorkers. Everything was in the block hole. It was very difficult to convert those into big runs, and plus the wickets kept on falling. And I think it all worked out for him. His the huge smile at the end of the inning just shows that how confident he looked and how well he did.
Yeah, to be honest, he didn't give any room to the batsman, did he?
He didn't give any room, especially in the last 2 overs at all.
So 159 for 8. Do you think it's enough for Mumbai Indians given the state of which the pitch is going to play?
The pitch is not that bad, but it's bouncing here and there. I think this is a good score to chase. I think if Bangalore would not be able to chase this score, they will be a little disappointed because they have the firepower to score 160 runs in 159 runs in their quota of 20 overs. So I think Kohli will have to watch because I think he had a small eye injury, when he dropped that catch. But I think he should come out to bat. We'll back. Their batting lineup is also good enough. Maxwell will get a time in, and it's not like they need to score at 10 runs an over. It's a comfortable 8 runs an over, which these guys have managed, and that's how they've built their careers on these basic scores. So I think it should be a regulation chase for RCB, unless we have some surprises like a Harshal Patel, somebody from Mumbai would really step up, take in those early wickets, and then put RCB in a pressure because RCB does not have a very deep batting lineup, just like Mumbai. They have their top 5 or 6 players who I think are the ones who will make the runs, and not the number eights and number nines.
Not to forget AB de Villiers, the man from South Africa, the Superman, Mr. 360. Till he's there, you cannot keep him out of the game, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think he did a brilliant job in keeping, and I think he would be the man to really look out for. His stats against Mumbai are excellent. AB de Villiers has scored 726 runs in 23 matches against Mumbai Indians. Now that's a good amount of runs for somebody in an IPL against one single team. He's averaging 45.3 with strike rate of 147. These kind of figures are absolutely going to tell you that he can take the match away from you, and he will probably score the winning runs. So ABD is something to look out for. But I think I would like to also mention that Virat Kohli will be opening with Rajat Patidar, and that's a young Indian to look forward to. He scored a ton in the warm-up match, so a little bit of excitement to watch these new guys play. The biggies like Bumrah and Bolt.
So, and not to forget Jasprit Bumrah and Bolt, like you said, you cannot never keep them out. You can never keep Mumbai Indians out when these two are out there.
Absolutely. I mean, while the score and while I said that these guys can chase it, the things that can really make them difficult to chase would be an excellent bowling in the power play by Bumrah and Bolt, and these immediately if they're able to take a couple of wickets up front, then RCB will have a slightly higher rate to achieve of 9 or 10 plus, and then the middle order can be put under pressure. So I think Mumbai and Rohit Sharma will be really planning to take some early wickets. Wickets, I think, would be the key in this match, in a low scoring match, because they're not going to be all out. Not taking all the wickets, but end up finishing the match.
And I'm pretty excited to watch this young prospect, Marco Jansen, who's making his debut today. Didn't get anything with the bat, but I'm sure he's good. He's a brilliant bowler, and he'll be proving everyone wrong with the ball.
Yeah, it could be a day of the debutants, the international debutants. We had Jameson playing brilliantly in one. Chris Lynn, although not new to an IPL, but on his debut for Mumbai, he's batted well. So you can say the trend is there for these guys who are the international guys who are debuting for their teams. So yes, I think Jensen would be a good watch.
And not to forget, they've got some brilliant middle order batsmen. Has Royal Challengers Bangalore with Maxwell, who is the latest addition to the team, and he would be a player to watch out for as well because the way he hits the ball everywhere. He's another Mr. 360, if I
Yeah.
may. You know.
Yeah. With a little lag in his consistency, but I'd give it for Maxwell. He's played brilliantly for Australia in the last couple of years, and I think he's matured as a player. And his recent interview, he mentioned that he wants to contribute and make this, give his best to the team and help the new guys come up the curve. So he's already in that grooming mode, and I'm sure Virat Kohli and the senior players like AB de Villiers would really love for him to add his expertise. And obviously, when he'll come to bat, he will show what he's really made of. I think if he gets a good bat in around the eighth or the ninth over after two wickets fall down, I think it's a great opportunity for him to improve his confidence in the IPL, especially after the last tournament, which was not really good for him. So Maxwell is something who will be, and Maxwell fans would be keeping their fingers crossed to see the big show back.
So a quick word then, will there be a lot of turn on this wicket, or how would the wicket play now for the rest 20 overs?
So I think the wicket will turn a bit, but it's up to the batsman to navigate the spin, just like Mumbai batsman did to Yuzvendra Chahal. It will be a very interesting contest, especially the spinners later on and the pacers against the openers. So interesting match to watch. Let's see what happens.
So yes, so you're stuck on your word with RCB winning the match, or is it Mumbai Indians now?
Oh yes, it's RCB. It's, I think, 159 is an easy chase. I would be backing Captain Kohli and team.
Okay, then thank you for all the viewers for watching the mid show. We will see live action in some time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys. Thanks, Yash.